I did an outfit change, but there was multiple things that changed. I'm so scared. Here's the thing, is everything looks good and healthy on my side, but I'm still so scared. I don't know. It's like my brain is like, when is everything going to turn on me? Oh no, I'm so scared. Hi, welcome back. Okay, seems fine so far. Now, do we take the risk and attempt to open the game again? Oh. Or do I just make this a chatting stream and then I just talk? And I don't have to worry about the additional internet issues and my CPU being absolutely... Ugh. Everything, I'm worried. I truly am worried. The funny thing is, I'm much like many other VTubers, I am also a VTuber fan as well. And my Oshi has also been experiencing like stream and internet problems, and then like briefly mentioned the other day like, oh, I think my ISP is throttling my service or my internet. And I had to sit there listening to that and be like, oh my god, this is the same exact stuff that's been happening to me, except I wasn't having any stream issues. Now I am. You know what? If I gotta bear the brunt of that, save my Oshi, I guess. I'll take the internet problems. Spare them. But it's also like, wow, I can't believe I'm experiencing the exact same troubles as my person. Yeah, so I have to talk to my internet service provider. And I have to advocate for myself again and be like, I know what you're doing. I've caught on. What? They could either scam me and be like, okay, so pay a higher price, or I could threaten them and be like, all right, I could leave your service if you don't fix this. I'll cancel now. I am paying too much money for them to limit the amount and the speeds of my internet, because everyone in this home uses this. And I think that might be a big reason why, is because they're tracking how much of it we use on a daily basis. A lot of my family members work from home. I do as well. So they may be like, that's a lot, and they're limiting us. So I have to make phone calls. I hate it here. I don't want to do it anymore. Anyways, sorry. Now I'm normal. I'm an adult. I can do this. I'm an adult. You know what we could do? Is this a good idea? So I mentioned wait, this might be an idea. I mentioned the other day that Sailor Moon, I think it was Super S, the movie, is available for free with ads, or without ads if you use a really good ad blocker, on youtube.com. What if we watched that? What if that's what we pivot to? What if that's what we pivot to? What if you guys want want to have a watch along? Let's see. There's a lot of options that we could do today now that I'm not playing Baldur's Gate 3. And I'm like, I need to preserve what I can. Sorry. My body! Oh, my body's gone. You can see the rest of my body. Oh my god, you can see my hair, the rest of my hair. That's what I meant. You can see my hair. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Down. Oopsie. Sorry. That's one of my little mage tricks. Yeah. That's a mage thing. It was a little trick. Okay. Sailor Moon Super S. Let me see if that's available. It is. Hold on. I'm going to be scrolling through the YouTube movies and TV channel to see what's available for free. Legally Blonde? Oh, wait. Sorry. I want it to be Sailor Moon. High key, I want it to be Sailor Moon. I've been on like I was saying earlier before the situation hit, is that I've been really, really excited and into watching Sailor Moon as a little revival for me. Because I love it so bad. I feel like I might get scolded admitting this, but I've never seen Sailor Moon. I won't scold you, but I will say it will be one of the greatest experiences in your life when you watch this show. Or maybe that's just me, but I love Sailor Moon so bad. I watched it as a kid. I watched it as a kid because my sister really liked it. And, you know, as any little sister would, they kind of want to, many little sisters like to reflect their elder sisters and want to be just like them. And so I was like, I'm gonna like Sailor Moon too, except I fell into a significantly deeper rabbit hole of the show than my sister did. I was watching it all the time. It was like Sailor Moon episode 1, season 1, part 8. I was watching them in 8-part segments on YouTube, as one does. And then going into daily motion to watch the very last season, because that total last season wasn't available in the English version. And then I was like, wait, this is really different. And then I realized that the 90s anime in English had a pretty different storyline compared to the 90s anime in Japanese, because localization. And, you know, names like Tsukino Usagi turned into Serena. You know, as one does. And so I got down this really huge rabbit hole. And then after watching most of the anime from the 90s, I found out about the live action Sailor Moon television show, often dubbed by the fandom PGSM, which is really just, you know, the same title as all of the other seasons. And and I was like, oh, this is awesome. I watched it again on YouTube in multiple parts. And it changed my life. It changed my life. And actually recently I have been rewatching it. So there's that. So I love the series and I love the show so very much. It is just my favorite thing ever. I love magical girls. I have a really fun time watching a bunch of magical girls. So yeah. That's been the kick that I've been going on. And plus the what's it called? YouTube Movies provides the Sailor Moon movies from the 90s. for free, which is awesome. At least it's free for me. I don't know if it's free for everybody else. It should be. I think YouTube thinks it's not that important to make people pay for it, but that could be wrong. I could be wrong. Because I have premium. I will say I have premium. Okay, how many Sailor Moon movies? There's Sailor Moon R, which is my personal favorite, then S, and then Super S. And Super S, oh gosh, I remember all of these. Oh my gosh, these are so impactful for me. Oh, these are so good. After fashion, you are a magical girl as well. You know what? Yeah, you're right. You're literally right. I do my ideal in this form. I modeled myself after a magical girl in my deep, truest heart. I think one day when I get the money, I want to work on like a fully fledged magical girl design. I think that would be so cute. Ah! I also just really like the magical girl genre. Granted, I don't watch as many as a lot of like really like passionate magical girl fans do. Like, I've never watched Precure in my life, but I was also really passionate about Tokyo Mew Mew when I also was younger. I really loved Tokyo Mew Mew, another one that I watched on YouTube in multiple parts. Not during, like, there's like two distinct versions of like YouTube piracy, of like uploading anime to YouTube. There's the era where everybody was splitting things into like 12 plus parts, but they had everything full screen. And then there was the era of people putting just the anime in like a tiny corner of the screen. And it was at that point where I was like, I can't do this. I got to be a better pirate and search for more than this. There must be more to this. Yes, but with a before and after transformation toggle, I would love that, except that would be so expensive. But I would love that. It's free for all if you are the humble pirate. Absolutely, absolutely. I would totally be like, hey, sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do, especially with, and like I said, especially with something that is Sailor Moon, the dub, the very old dub, that's not available anymore to find ever since Viz Media started doing a proper dub for the show. I'm gonna just scoot over a little bit, don't mind me. Okay, better. Ever since, like, oh my god, ever since Viz Media did the actual proper dub that actually follows the story and everybody's called by their original Japanese names, ever since that happened, like, it's really difficult to find the original Japanese anymore. Or not the original Japanese, the original like censored dub and stuff like that. It's really hard to find that. So sometimes it's like, girl, I have to pirate because it's nowhere anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. So yeah. Whole transformation sequence. Yeah, it's truly, I feel like Sailor Moon was so impactful in that way of creating, not really creating the transformation sequence, but creating it in the way that is so distinctly and iconically them, that there was all of a sudden, like in the later iterations of other magical girl shows, it was like, we gotta step up, we gotta step it up, you know. I was one of those kids who was like, when I had YouTube, it was like Sailor Moon all transformations, enter, and I would just watch that as my form of entertainment, which is hyperfixation beam. pseudo lost media. Literally, I was talking about that the other day with a few friends because we were watching the live action. And I was like, basically lost media if you like can't find any of the DVDs for it, which I think I might scour my like local thrift stores just to see if anybody has those DVDs available. I live in an extremely dense populated area. There's gotta be someone who donated their Sailor Moon DVDs. There has to be. I'll die. Though the dubs arguably are horrible, even beyond like turning a lesbian couple into cousins. It's arguably by the later seasons because, okay, to explain this, and I learned this as I was picking it up, in the middle of Sailor Moon's run in the West, there was a major change of voice actors and acting styles. And as a kid, I was just like, maybe that just happens. Maybe people just get replaced. It, like, in sort of the way where, like, if you have a kid actor voice acting a character and they get older and, like, the puberty is too much to bear, they replace them with another new kid. That was sort of my thought process, right? What actually happened was the company that was doing the production for the English dub ended up they stopped for one reason or another. I don't know the whole story. They stopped for one reason or another, and it got taken up by another company, which is why the direction and the actors were all a little bit different and arguably way worse. But it's also in that hear me out, it's in that way that it's like so bad that it's good. We're gonna look it up. It's just so it's absurd. Fun. It's so much fun. Yes, okay, so the first people that did it in the beginning was DIC, and then I think it transferred out to it starts with a C, and I can't remember what it was. It started with a C. I'm looking it up right now. But either way, it was just absolutely absurd. Unless they're the same thing. No, okay, yes. So DIC, I have no idea what it stands for, did seasons 1 and 2 of Sailor Moon, and then Cloverway did seasons 3 and 4, which is S and Super S. And then nobody did Sailor Moon Superstars, because honestly, that season is too queer for anyone to figure out how to make that like westernized. It was like, yeah, we can make the lesbian couple cousins, but I draw the line at idols that are men turning suddenly into women. It's just oh no, that's where they drew the line. That's like, well, I'm not sure how we can justify this anymore, because in the middle of their transformation they do grow boobs. And we can't explain that. We can't explain how these male idols become women. We can't. So that's just them. But yeah, those two different companies ended up exchanging and like juggling the show. The names were kept the same in the sense that they were all American. Off the top of my head, because sometimes I do address these characters to their Americanized names, the main character, Tsukino Usagi, was changed to Serena Skino. The next one, Mizuno Ami, was changed to Amy, something last name. I know their first names. Hino Rei was changed to Ray. That one is pretty easy to turn into American. Just make it Ray. But R-A-Y, I think. I think they made it R-A-Y. Hino Makoto turned into Lita. We went from Makoto to Lita. I have no idea how they went from point A to point B, but sure. And then Aino Minako just turned into Mina, which is like, okay, yeah, sure. And then Mamoru, Chiba Mamoru, which is the main love interest, the male love interest, turned into Darien. I think is what the name was Darien. And then there was one more guy that I don't know why I remember this name specifically. Motoki, that's his name, Motoki, I think. And they turn him into Andrew. And it's like, okay, sure. Yeah, Andrew works. Perfect. Awesome. I have a lot of thoughts. Not only on like the dub in general, but just like the entire storyline of Sailor Moon, the anime from the 90s. Because I don't know, maybe this is also the reason why One Piece has had like a million remakes, which I don't really watch or follow along with One Piece, but I do know that it's been redone a lot of times, and Netflix is once again, I think it's Netflix who's handling it, but Netflix is once again handling another remake for One Piece, which is like, okay, sure, I guess. However, for Sailor Moon, the 90s anime does not accurately represent the manga in the slightest. There's so many filler episodes and they change so many plot points compared to the original series. For one of the things that I feel is most prominent are the people that Usagi, Sailor Moon, falls in love with. Sailor Moon, I feel like Sailor Moon in general is really a story, especially in the manga, is really a story about Sailor Moon and her deep, like, love, not just for her friends and the people that she fights alongside, but also Mamoru, who is Tuxedo Mask, who is also her husband from her past life and her future. Like, that's sort of the thing that's going on there, is that she is fated to this one person, right? That's the whole thing. And a lot of these plot points are, and these story beats, I'm trying to think about the right words to say, are driven by the fact that these two characters love and care for each other. That is the strongest element, and that's kind of what drives a lot of the story along, which I love. I'm just gonna rename this. I realize just how much I'm talking about Sailor Moon, but I love it so much. I'm gonna keep going. In comparison, and I see this a lot, high key. Firstly, Sailor Moon Usagi is a middle schooler. She's like, what, 13 or 14 years old, saving the world, finding out that she is a princess, or that she will be a princess. She was and will be a princess. The timeline is weird. Time is weird. And at the same time, her love interest originally was written, I think, as a high schooler. The 90s anime said, I don't think so. And they made him a college student. And she, by the way, she's still in middle school. That is like, they didn't decide to change her age as well. They still made her a middle schooler, but her love interest is in college. And it's like we have it's so very for a story that is driven so much on the fact that two characters love each other. There is a huge rift in between Usagi and Mamo. Mamoru, Usagi calls him Mamo-chan, so I'm gonna call him Mamo-chan for the rest of the stream. I thought they'd just make her a high school. Nope. She's still a middle schooler. They don't even make her a high schooler. She is still a middle schooler. It's certainly a choice. It's definitely a choice. And so the whole time, even through this lens, it feels like for a lot of the series, it feels as if Mamo acts as if he is being dragged along to do all of these things for a young girl who he is somehow fated to. And he can't even say no to this situation because guess what? They both have a child that is connecting them. Their child that they have from the future goes back in time to come down to be like, Mama, Papa, Sailor Moon, Tuxedo Mask, I need you to help me out. By the way, interesting choice to do. This is in both versions. The first time that Mini Moon or Chibi Moon, because apparently, her name is, they address her as Chibi Usa, which is just like little Usagi, basically. In the American English dub, they call her Mini Moon, so I'm gonna address her as that. In both versions, when Mini Moon comes down and like finishes her magical time travel, she comes down and I'm pretty sure she like kisses Mamo-chan is the thing. She like comes down and her lips just like land on her own father's lips. Anyways, I have a few qualms. I love this series. It's not perfect. It's not. I'll be the first to say that. Did it have huge impact and it was a great series for the genre? Absolutely. Are there problems? Absolutely. So it's like this man is being put through it. Yeah, literally. It's like the entire time it feels like Mamoru is being dragged along with a lot of these adventures for someone that is a young child and another young child who claims to be his daughter, you know? And it's like he is a very honorable person and is like, yes, this child has come up to in my life, claims that he's my dad or something, claims that I'm her dad or whatever. I'm going to be able to take care of this. I have to take care of this child, right? There is a true sense of like fatherly love with Chibiusa. That is much as clear, but for the 90s, it's also like he feels really hesitant to interact with Usagi for a lot of it. His daughter that he presumably has with the original young child. Yeah, I can imagine being in high school, in college, and being like, that's my wife? That's my... It's truly like one of those situations of like, hey, never stop searching for your soulmate. She might not be born yet. It's crazy to me. It's truly crazy. And in addition, Sailor Moon R, the movie, non-canonical movie, but I like to mention it anyway, because for the specific reason that, frankly, Sailor Moon in general has a lot of like queer characters. There are a lot of people in the series who like the same sex or are gender non-conforming or gender fluid or things like that. Like one of my favorite characters, Haruka, is sometimes when they want to, presents male. When they are a Sailor Scout, she fully is like presenting as femme and as a woman. And sometimes even when she's out of her sailor uniform, she also can sometimes present as a woman. And I had a major crush on Haruka when I was a kid. And also with the Sailor Scouts as well. They are also sort of in that sense, like kind of gender non-conforming in that way. Because in the middle of their transformations, they all turn into women, and they all use femme pronouns, I think, as well. But when they are idols, they are men. They are male idols. All of this to say, in Sailor Moon R, the movie, there is an alien man that used to be childhood that was like in Momo-chan's childhood. Like, I think he like gave him a rose or something. Something happened. I watched this when I was an extremely young child. But even I sat there looking at this interaction, and like in the future, he is still an alien man who is trying to destroy Sailor Moon, but it really does, this alien who tries to destroy Sailor Moon doesn't feel like a villain who is trying to destroy the main characters for the sake of power or money or like to rule the world. Girl, he wants to destroy Sailor Moon because he honestly acts like a jealous ex-boyfriend. I can't lie to you. And it's also like, Momo is there just being like, man, nothing I can do. He's like an old childhood friend. You were in love with that man. At least that's the way I spun it. That's how I spun it in my brain. But it really did feel like that. And it was also like, man, here's an actually age-appropriate love interest in Alien, I guess. Sure, fitting. You're like the Prince of Earth or King of Earth or something. I guess this would work out. So I suppose. Yes! There's a lot of stuff that happened in Sailor Moon. And also, to be fair, I watched most of Sailor Moon from the 90s as the English dub. So there were actually a lot of plot points that were different and changed compared to the Japanese. They like cut certain episodes. They even cut certain plot points as well. Like in the first season, everybody dies. Like everybody, oops, spoilers for a 90s show. Everybody dies. In like a specific way. Everybody's brought back to life, but everyone dies brutal deaths apparently. And in the English publication of it, they were like, the producers were like, that's too depressing. What if they just got hurt, disappeared, and we just don't show their death scenes? And they're all brought back, so it's okay. And it's like, okay, sure. So there's a lot of things that I might be missing because I watched it in English. And then the next time that I watched it, I was exposed again through the storyline through Crystal. Maybe I should read it. Maybe I should read it. I fear the bar may be in hell. And truly, it's like 14-year-old girl, alien that you met and gave a rose to how many years ago. Those are your love interests. They all died and then got better. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I think personally, I don't even like 90s Momo-chan as Serena's definitive love interest. Not Serena, Usagi. I don't like him as her definitive love interest because frankly, in Sailor Moon Superstars, she had a better love interest. Why? Because Momo-chan went to America or abroad for some reason. He was written out of the show for some reason. For an extensive period of time, he was not showing up. And guess who comes in and swoops? His name is Seiya. He is a beautiful 16-year-old idol. 1, age-appropriate love interest. 2, extremely charming man. 3 has an interesting, like, rivals-ish to lovers storyline. 4, even more interesting because he turns into a girl and fights crime. 5, he writes a poem for her. I gotta take a lap. Oh my god! He what? He writes a poem for her? When has that 20-year-old, I don't know how old he is, but he's in college and he's like a big man. When has that 20-year-old even done the bare minimum for this girl? No. Seiya was a much more interesting love interest, and frankly, I found this out doing more research on it because I was like so hyperfixated, and I was like, ooh, do they end up together? In the manga, he doesn't even have as much impact as he did in the 90s anime. They just made him a better love interest in the 90s. And they were like, yeah, okay. Oh my god. Seiya, Sailor Moon. I'm gonna show you guys these people. Like, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Whoa. They look chopped in the... I just saw what they look like for Sailor Moon Crystal. They look chopped. Not my Seiya. Not mine. Oh, I wish this would load. I'm dropping frames. Please, please just load. I'm just gonna screenshot it. You're gonna see like the tiniest thumbnail. Oh my god, they're so cute. Guys, this isn't funny. I love them so bad. Why? They should have ended up together. They should have been endgame for the 90s. But no, I actually don't know how Superstars ends, actually. I think she like gets married to Momo-chan after some event or something. I don't know. Something happens. Hold on. You're gonna see. Hold on. I'm inserting this here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There he is. I love this diva. Okay. Look at them. I mean... Actually, I'm gonna make it bigger. You don't have to see my face. You can see my eyes. Here. There. Look at this baddie! I'm sick. I'm actually sick. Do you see the way they're holding Usagi on the right? Look at that! Ah! I also, frankly, a little bit more competent in comparison to Tuxedo Mask. I'll say it. 90s Tuxedo Mask is absolutely useless. He doesn't do anything except throw roses around and be like, Sailor Moon, whatcha? And then runs away. He runs away afterwards. You know what? I can't even remember which Sailor Star she is. I can't. Sailor Star Fighter? You know what she does? Fights. Yeah. Competent woman. A competent woman. That is quite the picture. I'm obsessed with them. And you know what? In comparison, you know what? Momo and Usagi, Sailor Moon 90s. This is gonna take a while because my Wi-Fi is crazy. Okay, but like the 90s version of the manga, that's peak. Crystal, also pretty good. Give him exists for a reason. Yes! Yes! Literally! Exactly! Okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this as an example. I'm gonna make an example of him because this is ridiculous. Oh my god. He makes me so mad. Get over here. This is gonna be the most low quality thing ever. But I don't care. Man! Am I cherry picking? He's so uninterested. He's like, this is a child. She is clinging on so tight. And he's like, eh. I'm crying. It's every single picture here. Every single one. He just looks so averse. Another one. Another one. Hold on. We're gonna adjust the size. Sorry. 1 second. This too. I'm so upset. I'm getting mad just thinking about this. Like, what? I'm dead. I'm dead. I'll give him this, though. I will give them this. Where is it? I'm so mad. Looks more surprised, concerned that he's clutching his arm. I don't think disinterest is the worst context in this reaction. I will say, yeah, maybe. It's just, they get this. I'll give them this. Everything else, though, I think this is... No, I don't know which season this is. Either way, I'm a Seiya defender till the day I die. Till the day I die, I'll defend him in that 90s series. I will. However, manga and like Crystal, it's Serenity and Endymion down. It's Usagi and Mamoru for life. 90s? We can talk about it. We can discuss. Everything after that, everything is much better. He handles this romance way better. I don't know what the 90s writers were on. Genuinely. Anyways, those are my 2 cents. But I'll rant about that. Rant over. I'm drinking water. If you have water on hand, please drink. Hydrate. If you have snacks, get snacks. Or actually, if you don't have snacks, get them. Eat. Have you eaten? When was the last time you ate? And what was it? I'm just curious because I like food. But yeah, that's my Sailor Moon rant for today. You'll get more probably later. That's what I've been watching. However, I haven't talked about... Well, I have briefly talked about it, but I will talk about it more now. My favorite adaptation of Sailor Moon is not any of the animes. It is not the 90s anime. It is not the Sailor Moon Crystal anime that came out in the 2010s. It is PGSM, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, the live action, made in 2003. This live action was specifically catered to children because they wanted to sell toys. They wanted to sell Sailor Moon related toys. And frankly, it got me. It got me as a kid. And as an adult, I am rewatching the series. And frankly, it's still just as good as I remember it. It's still just as good. Probably something unhealthy. Last thing you ate for dinner was pasta. Maybe grab some marshmallows while he's getting pasta out of the cupboard. Ooh, marshmallows. I also had pasta. I had spaghetti like right before the stream. So yeah, that's what we're doing. But yes, PGSM, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, PGSM, was the live action from 2003, and I really do think that they do a damn good job at this series. I will say, my biggest problem between the romance. They do the romance really well. However, I'm still a little off put by it. I don't know how old Mamoru is in the live action, because one, he has a fiance. He is betrothed to someone and is planning on taking over a company, but I don't know if he's actually in college, because they talk about him transferring to Stanford in the United States. I don't know if that means he's in high school and prepping for college, or if he's in college and is just transferring to another college, because frankly, I never see him in a school uniform. In the manga and in Sailor Moon Crystal, I see Mamo-chan in a uniform at least twice or 3 times. I never see him in a uniform. He rides a motorcycle, or maybe not a motorcycle, more like just a motorized bike. If it's transfer, then he's probably already in college. Yeah, that's what I'm also thinking. And so it's another case of like, she is a middle schooler, he is in college, except this time he is not actually adverse to like Usagi's attention. They do have like that clashing at the beginning, which is just definitive of them, like clashing at the beginning. At some point, he like finds himself like wondering about her and thinking about her. Like they split like a bun at one point, and he just thinks about that often. And then he's with his fiance thinking about her, and it's just like, firstly, you're engaged. Secondly, you're thinking about a middle schooler. Let's reel it in. At least I assume that they were middle schoolers, because I can't remember what day or like what year they were in. I know that they were in school. I can't remember what year they keep mentioning that they're in. But I do know that the actresses were also in middle school when they were filming the show. I think the actress for Usagi was either in her 2nd or 3rd year of middle school, and so was the actress for Ami. So I'm assuming that they were. However, I think that it does an adaptation of Sailor Moon really well, even with the changes to the storyline. So obviously, because this is a show focused on geared towards kids, like really, really young girls, probably no older than 10, probably even younger than that, probably like no older than 8, trying to sell toys to these kids. They don't do any of the future child stuff. They like completely cut Mini Moon out of the equation for this. They give her genuine, just like actual like girl problems. And they also don't have any of the outer planets like Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn. They don't have any of those. A lot of it is just centered around the main planets, or like the first 5 planets. So Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Sailor Moon. And I think that they really do execute it really well. There are certain things that are like super silly, like the cats are not real cats. They are like stuffed animals. Everybody sees them as stuffed animals, but sometimes they move, and it's either a puppet or really bad CGI. Which honestly, it's silly and camp, but it's also like to the point that it's like charming. It's like, this is questionable, but also, you know what? I can get down with it. And I think it knows what it is. I think that's why it makes it good, is because it knows what it is and it doesn't try to be anything beyond that. And because it's so focused on this like genre of it, that's what makes it so good. I think that's my opinion. I feel like I just gotta show episodes of it I'm gonna show you guys the transformations. There's 5 minutes of transformations. Hold on. Oh my god, okay. Choto mate, kudasai. Where are we gonna put this? Let's see if that works. Okay, awesome. Let's go. Let's go here. Yeah! Okay. We're gonna spend actually 5 minutes watching these. I like literally I don't care. Here, let me make sure that the audio is all well and done. Okay. First Mercury transformation that takes more than 13 seconds, by the way. And it's frozen. It's frozen! I'm lagging! First Mercury transformation that takes more than 13 seconds. Literally, oh my god. They treat Mercury in this series, like in the series in general, not in this one. They actually treat Mercury like a human being in this series. She just is like such an afterthought in all of the other anime. I can't stress this enough. Anyways, we're back. I mean, she's standing on water. I love this show. I can't stress this enough. I love the world. Oh my god! We're gonna watch this one and then we'll take it. I am sorry. Awesome. Anyways. Pardon me. I just had to talk about that. I can't get over this. I can't get over this show. I'm watching it right now. It's the only thing that I'm going to be thinking about for like centuries. I love it here. I love it here. So yeah. It knows what it is. And frankly, we get to the region of like graphics and visuals that are so egregious and absurd that it's almost camp. Like, I love it so bad. I love it so bad. Sailor Moon fixation has its hold on you. Yeah, literally. It's got me in a vice grip and it's not letting go. It's really not. Wonder how long it took to practice those poses. I will say the girls, I think 3 years ago in 2023, the girls who played the Guardians, the Sensei, all gathered together for a reunion, filmed, and it was so interesting. I feel very saddened because all of these girls filmed this when they were all so young. But all of them were like, yeah, I barely remember it, and I just remember how hard everything was while filming this show. Because they were filming for like a little over a year. And all of them were like, I can't remember anything except for how difficult and how much I cried. And I was like, wow, that's really sad. And they all started laughing and I was like, wow. But a lot of them had body doubles to do a lot of their action stuff. So they do a lot of acrobatics in the show and a lot of like action scenes and a lot of things that are aligned with like action scenes and also like almost ballet-like dancing and stuff like that, and acrobatics. And a lot of them had body doubles to do all of these crazy awesome tricks. But also Makoto, Sailor Jupiter, who is the tallest of them, because she was so tall, even as a middle schooler or high schooler, because she was so tall, she wasn't able to have a body double because they couldn't find anyone who matched her height that also had the same skill set as the rest of the dancers, and like the action people on set, or the stunt people, that's what they're called, the stunt actors. She had to do all of her acts, or her action and her stunts all by herself, and she was young too, but apparently they got shouted at a lot and scolded a lot on set as well for not getting their marks correctly, which is also really sad. But yeah, that's stuff that happened to them while they were on set that I only found out yesterday. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's been my last 2 days. Is me being consumed by Sailor Moon. That was 2 days. And the reason why I like kicked up on watching a bunch of Sailor Moon recently is because recently over here in old USA, we had free RPG day. I don't know if any other people do that, or like people in other North American countries do that, but it was free RPG day on the 27th of June, so last Saturday. And I went out with a bunch of my buddies to our local game store that was participating in free RPG day. And firstly, I was going in there expecting to get like a small baggie of maybe like 2 or 3 sheets of paper in like a flimsy plastic bag. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure to bring like my big tote. I have this huge messenger bag that's filled with different sorts of pins and stuff, and I was so ready to just like go in there, grab my things. It would be so flimsy and I would just throw it in my bag. They gave us like a really nice quality tote bag that had a beautiful print that said free RPG day, and it had a little like frog wizard on the back, and on the other side it's the store that was participating in that, and also showed like its establishing date, which has been for a long time. They've been like providers for the local game store around this area for a really long time, and I didn't know that it was that long. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And I was really excited. There were multiple books. There are multiple books that I'm especially excited for. Hold on, let me get that. I got a lot of stuff. So I have in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 items. I got 11 items. Some of these are quick starts for different RPGs. I will read some of them, but others are games that were made locally, and I don't want to disclose my information, so I will omit them. Sorry, I don't mean to gatekeep games, but I do have to gatekeep in this case because it's for my safety. So for the first one, I will say the first one is, I have 2 local games. These were made by people who work at the game store that I am in. So I have 2 of those. I also have one This one is called Open Mic Madness, a game about telling jokes and crashing out. And it's basically a stand-up comedian like RPG. So you can roll. What the fuck? Anyways, you can roll. They have like a table basically, and you can roll on the table to see what you are. It's almost kind of Mad Libsy, but like not. It's very like, apparently at the time, because they were also running basically like events the whole day because it was free RPG day. They were just like, instead of people just coming in and then coming out of our store, let's hold events. People were running games the entire day. There were some actual play performances going on. They invited a bunch of, what is it called? Stand-up comedians to play this game specifically, which was really cool. I didn't get to see it, but it happened, and I thought that was really cool. The next thing I got, I was really surprised. Okay, I was really surprised for this. I was expecting a lot of booklets. I was expecting a lot of paper. They gave me physical cards. I was really excited about this. I was given the Lore Masters deck. And it was a little sample pack of formulating lore. So it's like different cards to form and make new lore for a world. That's so cool. I got a D&D 5e compatible adventure promoted by the people at Pocket Bard. They also included 2 stickers in there as well, which is really awesome. I also got the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game. It's a preview for one of their expansions, and it gives you the setting, a link to the quick start, or a QR code to the quick start, and what the setting is like, and all the they also give you maps, and they give you the bios of all of the enemies that you fight as well, which is really cool. This one specifically is for a Khonshu related thing. So we're in Egypt. The next one that I like, this one is really nice. This is a really nice quality booklet. It's for Legend in the Mist. One of my friends knew what this was, and apparently this game runs not really on dice, but rather like tags, ? Is what it was. I have to actually read through this booklet. There's so much. They gave me so much stuff that I still haven't gotten through everything yet. And they also provided like 3 posters, like huge 11 by 17 posters, except they're not just posters. They have character art on one side. If you hear the paper, I'm rifling through everything. It's 11 by 17 posters, and it has the character art in the front, but in the back, it's their character sheet. It shows their character sheet and like a little tutorial on how to play so that you know what to do. It's so cool. It's just so cool. Okay, what else do I have? I have a Cipher System Cipher Shorts. I think this is, yes. Okay, interesting. Cipher Shorts are what we call easy adventures for use with the Cipher system. The idea here is an adventure with very quick character creation and minimal GM prep, designed for a one-shot game that can be finished in a single session of 3 to 4 hours. If a typical campaign is an ongoing television series, think of Cipher Short as a movie. Interesting. So this is a very big, like, sci-fi inspired way, like, system. I'm looking. And I think that's just explaining the supplement to me. So different encounters, scenario setup, conclusion, and like basically the way to play the game, which is awesome. And the last one, which I'm particularly excited about because I actually have the physical, like, I know how to run this game. And I traded for it. My buddy was like, here, I will give you this if you hand me one of your things. I got The Dying Spire, which is a Dagger Heart adventure for tier 2 characters. If you are unfamiliar, Dagger Heart is a tabletop RPG that is published by Darrington Press and was made by the folks at Critical Role. I was recently gifted the actual physical book, and I also think that Dagger Heart currently has their new expansion out right now. But this is a little one-shot adventure that is a like offshoot, or like a basically functions as a sequel to their very first one-shot adventure that they released right before the game officially went out to people. So it's a sequel to that, which is very interesting and really fun. So I really like the way that Dagger Heart functions, because for me, when I play TTRPGs, I'm very much like storyteller, roleplay heavy kind of person. And so Dagger Heart is a game that fundamentally functions on being able to tell a story with everyone at the table. It's really heavy on collaborative storytelling, and the interesting the way that the game like mechanics function with like hope and fear and things like that, and the fear tokens. But I think the standout thing for me personally, from a role player's perspective and as a GM's perspective, because I've found myself in the position of forever DMing when I'm actually playing games. I have another friend in my friend group who is an actual forever DM. So sometimes I'm a player at his table, but most of the times when I'm playing, I'm the one who's a GM most of the time. But it's nice to be able to like openly be able to ask questions, and not, it's almost like I feel a little bit relieved as a GM, because it's also like I don't have to have everything figured out. I don't have to make things be this, that, or the other. I can take my other fellow players at the table and ask them, okay, we're going down this road. What does the road look like to you? And that's it. That's canon. That's what's happening. It's nice to bring in people to be like that. And if they say that the road looks like bubblegum, sugar tiles, and spiraling peppermint trees, okay, girl, it's bubblegum tiles and peppermint swirling trees. Like, that's something that I wouldn't be able to think of if I'm planning a game and it has a certain tone. But if we're gonna run with that, let's run with that. And I think it's fun. It's me, I enjoy improvising things and acting and stuff like that. So it's really fun for me. And then the last thing I got, which was not free. I did purchase this. I don't know if you can tell by the way that I speak about TTRPGs. I don't know if you would be able to tell, or if you would expect this. I'm a little bit of a dice goblin. I love dice. I think they're so pretty. I pick a set of dice every time I make a new character that I know I'm actually going to play. I pick a set of dice for them. That is their definitive set that they will use for the game, unless they're rolling bad with that specific dice and then they go to jail for the rest of the session, and I use another set of dice. But I always get a new dice set for my characters, and I've recently made a character for D&D, and I haven't played with her yet, but I will I crossing my fingers. I will play with this character. Accidentally landing in the Candyland RPG. True. Never met a TTRPG player who wasn't at least a bit of a dice goblin. It's true. But I think, speaking of Candyland, these dice are absolutely gorgeous. These dice were made by people named Fanroll. And it's a 7-count piece of dice. And inside the die, you know those candy hearts that people give during Valentine's Day? You know them candy hearts they give you at Valentine's Day? The candy hearts that people give during Valentine's Day, or like something like that. The ones that have like, be mine, I love you in like the center. They basically made those types of inserts and embedded it in clear resin and made dice out of it. And I thought they were so gorgeous. So I had to make them. So I had to get them, rather. I was originally going to get dice for a specific character that I made named Donna. I don't think I will use these for Donna, but I do have them in the chamber. Donna, I'm gonna talk about my OCs now, guys. But Donna is a College of Lore bard who is a little bit of a very passionate otaku. She is like, I very much am making this character in like, would put her in urban fantasy sort of setting, but I digress. She is like the type of person to have like the biggest Ita bag ever, with like the clear acrylic panel that you can see through, like dozens of the same exact pin button of her favorite character just in rows on the Ita bag. She dresses in like huge frilly like lacy clothings, very like Hime Lolita sort of outfits, and her father is like the most terrifying demon ever, because her and that's her whole thing. Is like, she doesn't even have like a tragic backstory. Her father is a demon, but also he loves his daughter so much, so of course he entertains her obsession with an anime character. Of course he does. Her name is Donna. I said that. It's it's short for belladonna, which is a poison. And yeah, that's my Pookie. That's my girl. That's my little baby. And I've been wanting to make I've been wanting to play her first of all in a game. And I think if I don't play her as a PC, I think I just might incorporate her into one of my games in the first place. Because I just want to. Dice with things in them are fun. I have a D20 with a duck in it. That's so cute. Wait, I love that. I saw, when I was at my game store, I saw a bunch of D6s that were they were fashioned to look like a gelatinous cube. So it was like a slightly blue, clear, frosted dice, or a D6. Ooh, excuse me. A D6. A D6 that was slightly like bluish aqua, and it all had like different inserts. So there was like mini like weapons in there. There were some arrows in there. Of course, there was a skeleton in there, obviously. And it was so cute. There was also one, there were two sizes. There was one massive D6, and then there were like 6 tiny ones. I was like, great for rolling stats, I guess. Yes, my gelatinous cube stat rolling dice. But the really big one had a skull of a beholder, which was awesome too. I love being a nerd. I love being a nerd. And so we got all these games that day, and I think later on we went to another game store afterwards, and we just hunkered down and we just played a bunch of board games. I really love board games. I think the quickest route to being one of my friends is to just play a board game with me. Like any sort of like tabletop game, it's the easiest way to become my friend. I fear. One of my current friends now, the way that we got to know each other in the first place was because we were basically basically like a board game version of an escape room. And it was like a one-use game, which is like, sometimes they have their merit, but sometimes it's also like, but yeah, that's how I met my friend. That's how I met most of my immediate like friend group that I talk to most frequently now, is all because of board games. We all played board games and card games together, and that's how I got to know them. And then also for some of them, we also all played D&D together. So that's how I got to know everyone, and that's how I became friends with everyone. That's the quickest way to be my friend, I think. Love board games and card games. Wow, you've played one of those escape room games. Yeah, it's very interesting. But also at the same time, we were all kind of just arguing. Of like, oh, no, you're absolutely wrong. That's not what happened here. But yeah, recently, I've been really wanting to play. We were in that other game store, and we were all playing games together. And then in the corner of my eye, I saw a game that wasn't available on the shelves for anyone to play, but I saw it. I clocked it. It was Blood on the Clock Tower. I was like, can we play Blood on the Clock Tower? Hello. If you're just joining, I am talking about different tabletop games because I am a little bit of a nerd for tabletop games. But for those of you who are not familiar with Blood on the Clock Tower, I'm gonna look it up just so I have a little bit of wiggle room to explain it. Blood on the Clock Tower. I don't know who made it. Who made this game? Is a social deduction game created by Stephen Medway and published by the Pandemonium Institute. So think of games like Werewolf or honestly Among Us even. But if Werewolf and Among Us gave you tons of misinformation all the time, right? If you're unfamiliar, I think I say Among Us because it is like the social deduction game of the last like 5 years, 6 years even. And so people are familiar with that like format and that sort of social deduction era. But for those of you it follows similarly to like a werewolf or a game of Mafia, where everybody goes to sleep and then a storyteller wakes one person up and tells them what their role is, and they can use their role to be like, who is this? They can use their role to be like, who is this person? And the storyteller can reveal something about that person or not at all, things of that nature. And and for the most part, for games like Werewolf or Mafia, the storyteller is telling the truth almost all the time, right? Blood on the Clock Tower is different because a lot of the roles that are in play can be affected if certain other characters like hit them with other things. It's very confusing at first, especially for a first game. It took me a while to figure out what was going on. But it's also like, it's truly like there's a bunch of misinformation that happens because characters can be drunk, which means whatever their role that they think they are or whatever information that they gain in the nighttime don't actually work. because they're not actually that person. They're just drunk. They could be poisoned by a person, which means it functions similarly to being drunk, but like it only happens for a night. And evil rolls can mix around a little bit. Some people who are evil, sometimes they can die, or it's a better move to kill themselves because they can transfer their evil roll to another person, and so on and so forth, right? Like it's very confusing, and it's a very high social deduction in that sort of way, but it's also very interesting. If you want any form of like actual play for Blood on the Clock Tower, Good Time Society has a really good series of it out, which is called Good Time on the Clock Tower by Good Time Society. It's on YouTube, so you can check it out after you finish watching me. Yeah, it's very confusing, but it's very, very, very fun. And I think a lot of the fun comes in depending on who your storyteller is. I think, yes, like the people who are participating in the game itself are the driving, or like the people who are actively utilizing their roles and utilizing what to do and making the moves and making the plays. But the storyteller is the person who kind of moves everything along and makes sure everything is paced properly, and that they're playing the role of referee. So it's like making sure that everybody is actually doing everything correctly. And so a good storyteller really makes or breaks this game. And I really wanted to try actually participating in a game of it. It's very fun and very exciting. And I saw Blood on the Clock Tower in that game store, and my friends saw me staring at it and they were like, do you want me to ask if it's available? And I was like, yes, please. Please. And so they asked, and they do it bi-weekly. They do it every other week. It's like $20 to get in the game, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll keep that in mind. Yeah! So I really wanted to play it very much. So oh, another group that has played it, and it's really just the same group. It's like, you know, LA improvisers, and also like comedy and also tabletop sort of circle in LA. Dropout TV's new like game or like board game show their board game show, Parlor Room, does a 2-part special as their season 1 finale. They do Blood on the Clock Tower, which is really fun and interesting. It was very fun to watch that. So yeah, now I have 2 recommendations for watching that. I think Smosh has played it multiple times as well. If you are into Smosh as well. Many different people playing this game. All of this to say, to connect TTRPGs and magical girls, after I had gotten home from Free RPG Day, I was like, there's so many more things that I was looking into, and I found a game called Girl by Moonlight, which is basically a system to do magical girl stuff as a tabletop RPG. And I was like, that's awesome. That's super fun. That's wonderful. Tell me more. And I went down a huge rabbit hole of different types of like magical girl inspired tabletop RPGs. And I was like, okay, it all leads back to magical girls. Yeah, literally. And I was like, okay, I gotta run one of these. I hit up a few friends being like, is anybody interested? And I'm looking into different systems just to see which one is a good fit for me and my potential table. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to do research now to sort of like pick and choose from inspirations as well, to really like lock down the type of vibe that I was going for. And that's why I started watching PGSM, because everything leads back to Sailor Moon. And that's how we got here. And that's how we got here, sitting here, and instead of playing Baldur's Gate 3 like I was initially planning to, we're sitting here talking about magical girls and tabletop role-playing games. Because that's just me. More water break. I love Sailor Moon so bad. But yeah, so many things that I want to do and so many games that I want to run. So it's like Daggerheart, whatever magical girl system I choose. Blood on the Clock Tower, maybe. I have to ask the owner of that shop if I can be like, can I please gently borrow your copy? Because when we asked, it was like the owner wasn't there. They were there like when we had walked in, but we also spent like 6 hours in that shop. And so by the time that we were closing up, they shifted shifts. And so we had to ask about Blood on the Clock Tower, and they were like, if you want to borrow it, you just have to bring that up to the owner. And I was like, awesome. I absolutely will. Because I kind of don't want to purchase it. It's a huge book. With a lot of pieces and multiple different like systems, or not systems, but like scripts is what they call it. The scripts is just basically what role are we, what like rule set are we using today? And it gives us the different types of good, bad, and neutral roles throughout the game that we're using. And it comes with like what, 3 or 4 of those scripts. So it's a lot of stuff in the box, and it's a big box, which means it's $160 USD. I like role-playing games. I really do. I don't have I don't have the income to pay for that right now. So if I can use a game store's copy, I'll use a game store's copy. But yeah, I played lots and lots of games. It's really fun though. I love these kinds of games. I'm very, believe it or not, I'm very introverted. I have the soul of an introvert. The very first time I had met my friends was specifically like in a group setting like playing a game, and I had to have somebody come up to me because I was alone, and I was by myself. I didn't have any friends at that group specifically. I was just getting to know people, and somebody came up to me and was like, do you want to play this game? And we played Betrayal at the House on the Hill, and I was like, yeah, I can play. Yeah. But I very quickly became friendly in that sort of way, and I think games like this, I think that's why I'm so passionate about games like this, because it really allows a person to come out of their shell. Like, I remember we had played a board game that day, but a few weeks, maybe a week or 2 later, we had played our first session of D&D together, and that was my very first time playing D&D. And I was like, okay, let me actually get in character. And I had presented my character in character voice and everything, and I like changed my mannerisms to reflect this character. And I remember seeing one of the other girls at the table like look at me and just start smiling so wide because she loved the way that I was presenting my character, and I was like, oh, I love a safe space. I felt so comfortable, and it really, especially for an introvert like me, I sit in myself and I sit in like my own shell, And it was one of like these moments where I get to like really come out of it and like be friendly with each other. So especially when I play these games, especially if there are new people at the table, I want to be very welcoming to them. And especially if I am a GM and I'm running these games themselves, I want to make sure that everybody is comfortable and enjoying the time that they're having. Betrayal, love that game. Too many copies of that game. I love Betrayal. I think it's so fun. I also think it's just like, I play this game and I have the most fun playing this game when I exaggerate like whatever character I'm playing, or if I just make fun of the house. Because you do get like ridiculous flooring plans when you play the game. It'll be like your balcony is also next to your chapel, but that's also upstairs on the second floor, and it's like, okay, yeah, we have a chapel on the second floor. The stained glass windows are gorgeous. It also, Betrayal really runs and like the pendulum swings so hard to one side or the other sometimes, depending on the sort of scenario that you're getting, or what haunt you're getting rather. And so it could so easily be like, the rule set is absolutely egregious and it is almost nearly guaranteed that your trader will win. Or like, this is so easy for your explorers. They're like, I have the most fun, and I think a lot of the other people who I play with have the most fun when we're just like exaggerating our characters and playing this like it's a B-list horror movie. and I love it. I love the game. I say this with all the fondness of my heart. We were playing Betrayal like the other day. Actually, when we were at the game store, we started with Betrayal, I think. I was the professor. And I just had like one of my omens was a madman. Sorry. One of my omens was a madman, and he just follows me. It's just, the guy is with me the whole time, which is why we have more strength. And I was like, you know what? This madman, this is my roommate. My quote unquote roommate. Happy Pride, by the way. My quote unquote roommate is with me the whole time, and that's how I played the rest of the entire rest of the game, is that it's just me and my roommate exploring this home together. And yeah, we're doing research about what's going on in this haunt and like these spiders that are like trying to impregnate a literal one of our other characters. And I'm just like, honey, the lampshade. That's how we play the whole game. Strangers at the time had approved. Yeah. There's a legacy version of it, and my one friend kept playing the same crazy old lady because she kept surviving the haunts or being the traitor and winning. Wait! Well, firstly, I love the legacy version of it. I haven't played it. Obviously, it's very difficult because to find like an unused copy. No. But I have watched a series for Betrayal Legacy. I've watched Smosh play Betrayal Legacy. That's so funny. That's so funny that they keep surviving just the same lady all throughout the years, still at the house. That is so funny to me. Okay, I think we're back. I went on a whole thing saying like, wow, awesome. Oh my gosh, awesome. I went, wow, this is so cool. That's actually super awesome. That's so funny. And I said even more things that I can't even remember. Now we're back. Sorry. My body disappeared on my other screen because my feedback was super late. Anyways, but yeah, that was my last week. Hopefully next time I'm gonna see, because here is why I think this is happening. Outside of like my actual legitimate, we're getting like we're getting material here. It was only for a second or two for me, but not sure if that was because I was behind on stream or if you only cut out for a second or two. Interesting. I was at 0 for maybe like 30 seconds on my end, or maybe like a bit on my end. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. So I think I ended up cutting like immediately after I finished my speech. But I want to be consistent about making content, whether it's streaming or just me uploading a cover. Because, and here's why I say this, Wi-Fi be damned, internet be damned, I'm gonna do this. And the reason why I say this is because I mentioned briefly in my other chatting stream when we were on a phone call with each other that I got like magic materials and stuff like that. And when you're doing a little bit of, you know, the craft, sometimes the world tests you and they kind of, it's a way of questioning whether you're ready to get what you're magicking about, you know? And so my Wi-Fi has been acting up recently, but it has not been this bad. It has not been this bad in a really long time. No, not in a really long time. It has not been this bad at all. So I'm like, oh, this is my test. They want to see if I'm giving up just because I got a little problems. Just because I have a little problems, a little issues. They think I'm not going to be resilient enough to handle it. I can. So I'm going to be able to handle it. So tomorrow, if I can't play a video game, we're doing a tarot stream. And if I can't do a tarot stream, I'm going to release a cover later this week. I don't know what, but we're gonna. I gotta find a song, but we're gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be in English, if it's gonna be in Korean, if it's gonna be in Spanish or English, but it's gonna happen. Either way, I'm gonna be so... They're gonna be sick of me. They're gonna be sick of me by the end of this. They're gonna see just how serious I am. Anyways, that's me. I think about the thumbnail and the Cure cover. Which one? The one where I'm like, I'm actually pretty and I'm looking at you down with like the moon behind me, or the one where I'm... Oh no! You didn't see that. You didn't see that. Anyways, the one where I'm like this. Hey everyone. Hi, how are we doing? We're just gonna be like this for a while. Here, actually, let me take off my glasses so that you get a better look. That's my jacket. Hi. Hi. What if I just Hi. How are you? I'm fine. Thank you. And you? I also like to add a little bit. Uh-huh. Can I interest you in the entire storyline of Sailor Moon R? Would you like to know more about board games? You can see my fang really well in this. Ah. I never show off. I'm thinking. Sorry. I thought about something. Oopsie. I had a little moment there. I don't know. You guys have seen my reference images before, but boots. I don't think I was supposed to show my full outfit when I debuted for both sides. But I don't think I ever showed my full outfit for both of anything at all. Oopsie. I didn't mean to do that. Do you guys want to see my... We're doing everything today. We're no world, no structure. But hey, here, let me move my desk. Okay, you want to see my outfit? Okay, 1 second. Here. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done this yet. Everything but Baldur's Gate. I don't think I've ever showed you my actual like full outfit before. I think I've only had this once. So here. Hi. Do you like my outfit? I have my jacket on. I don't always have this on. So I got this like maybe like 4 months ago, and I think I've literally never worn it at all. I've been wearing it recently. But yeah. Yee! I've never shown this. I think you would only see this if you saw like my reference sheets, and I've uploaded my reference sheets before. But I don't always talk about it. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the changing room. Let me take off the jacket. Oh, that's not my jacket. Those are my glasses. All right. Ta-da! Here's my other one. I've never shown you this before. I'm actually really proud of this. This is my actual dress. I've never I think you guys have seen the actual art and like the sprites of my full outfit before. If you were at my debut, you saw the full sprites of my lore video, but you've never seen it live and in play and in action. So this is my full outfit. Yeah, as a witch. Yeah, I really like my boots. I think my boots are really cute. Sailor Jupiter has boots like this. Sorry, not to make this about Sailor Moon again, but like to make this about Sailor Moon again. Maybe I should do a Sailor Moon cosplay for Halloween, but like on this. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna make like a Sailor Moon model or something. That's gonna be for Halloween. That's 3 months out. I can get started on it now. Everything leads back to Sailor Moon. That's how it goes. Yeah. Those are my outfits. Sorry, we really derailed. But yeah, hold on. Here's my keyboard. My keyboard's back. Okay, you're getting this outfit now. Do you think I could run Shoost? No, I'm not gonna try and run Shoost. Oh, I mentioned this before. I didn't have these ears before. I had like human ears earlier, but now I have new elf ears. So I have to update my ref sheet for this again, because the next artist I go to, I'm gonna have to explain to them that I have elf ears now, if I don't update my stuff. But I have elf ears to match Lil Lane. So now we're two mages with more thingies, with large ears, long ears. I hope one day when we actually start playing Baldur's Gate 3 again, I hope by Act 3 I'll have an outfit that looks at least a little similar to this. I'll have a dress that'll look like this. If I have to get more cosmetic mods to make me look like that, I will. I'm fine with getting more cosmetic stuff to make me look like this. I just don't want to like cheat equipment. I've been cheating equipment for like my other playthroughs because I'm just like, I just want to get through for the story. I want to practice. Sometimes I cheat equipment to like practice builds to see what works. in the game sometimes because I'm tired of looking at guides. I've never thought I would have to say this, but I'm getting tired of looking at guides, and I'm a guide gamer. I need a little piece of paper or a document to hold my hand through a game sometimes, but now I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I don't want it anymore. I'm tired of looking at another screen when I'm trying to focus on the screen in front of me. I'm tired, Grandpa. I don't want to keep digging. So I've been doing cheats for that just to like test our equipment. But it gets tired. You can only do Act 1 so many times. I have to get to Act 3 on someone in order for me to test out all 12 levels to see what works at all 12 levels. I have to do it on someone, you know? Too damn bad. Keep digging. But yeah, I gotta get someone to Act 3. I'm leaning towards either my Asterian origin or my canon, quote unquote canon, Dark Urge. My Dragonborn Dark Urge, I'll clarify. I did another Dark Urge run the other day with a drow, and I was like, I'm just gonna go like full evil, full murder. I'm gonna betray the tieflings. I'm gonna do all this and all that. I hated it. I hated it. I think one of the biggest things is, one, like, I am already so attached to these characters, right? I have played good so many times that, like, I look at people like minor tiefling NPCs like Mole, or even like Bex and Dennis, that like tiefling couple. And by the time I was finished doing like my goblin raid, I had like entered a space and I had to kill them. And I killed Dennis in one round. I did. And it was just as her girlfriend was saying, "Dennis, run!" And I tried to kill Bex immediately after, but the dice said no. And I couldn't even one-shot her on my one-shot character. And I had to make her suffer. She was at like 3. She has 5 hit points. I only got rid of 3. And she had 2 hit points left, and no one was making any of those hits for some reason. She was just struggling to die. And I was like, I feel horrible. Like my stomach sunk. Damon was like, "I'll kill you." But then he immediately died after. And I was like, I kept trying to kill this other tiefling, but she wasn't going down. And narratively, that made me feel horrible. It was like, I was like, please just kill her already so that she can be with her lover. Please, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I hate it. And then I sat there after this goblin party. Firstly, I rejected Minthara. I didn't want her. I wanted Astarion because I was like, if we're gonna go full send on Evil Run, I have to romance Astarion and descend him. Except rejecting Minthara also meant that I had to kill a bunch of goblins. And then my dirge talked after she killed all the goblins in her camp, which was interesting, which was weird to me, but okay, sure. And it was just like, I tried to open up that save again this morning because I really wanted to try and get to Act 3 with her. And I was like, I feel gross. I don't want to play with her anymore. It's that thing with Andy or something from Toy Story, just being like staring down at my dirge, being like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Because I just felt horrible. I felt horrible. And I was like, because I'm playing my Dragonborn Dark Urge as like careful, calculated conniving. And maybe after all of like the bloodshed, maybe I'll redeem him. But, and so I was like, I'm gonna make my drag character's name is Morova. I made Morova to kind of be contrast to that and just go full send evil. But I still felt sick to my stomach. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. I hated it. I hated it so bad. It was truly like, they really do deliberately try and make you feel bad and try to sway you in the opposite direction. It's like, do you really want to kill all these tieflings? Do you really want to do it? Huh? Do you wanna? And it's like, because he makes such a heartfelt speech about like, everyone, we have survived Elturel. We can survive this. We are resilient and we are powerful. And I had to sit there being like, and you are gonna die in like 2 minutes. Oh no. And like the dirge specifically has an option to be like, at least you'll die before the goblins get to the children. Are you kidding me? What did you just say? Oh my god. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. I hated it. And I might play it again, but I think the other thing about the dirge, especially when you go in that sort of direction, another thing about it is like, it feels so lonely. Narratively, it feels so lonely. Because it's like, the first thing that you do, especially if you give in to all of your urges, is like, immediately one companion is dead. If you immediately resort to all of your urges. If you want everyone to lean into something evil, another companion is dead. If you want to get rid of all the tieflings, then there's another companion that permanently leaves your party. And that's like 3 people down. If you don't accept Minthara and you don't sleep with her that night, that's another one down. I don't know if it plays out any other way to keep her or whatever, but that's another person down. If you don't accept Minthara into your party in that way. And it's like, wow. This is really sad and really lonely. Is all we do is succumb to our urges and kill people, and the people in our party don't actually care about us. I'm just like, this character is just their ticket to survival, I guess. And I'm trying to play these as if like I'm still trying to hide the murder, you know? But it just still feels so icky, you know? It's like, ugh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Everybody feels bleh. Evil companions be dropping like flies. Yeah, when you're evil, everybody leaves you. That's like straight up. Everyone leaves you if you're evil. Like, Gale, you can immediately kill. I didn't immediately kill Gale. I will say that. I kept him in my party. And he doesn't mind that I killed a bunch of tieflings, I guess. But Will leaves, even though I did so much work for him to get him his outfit, which does mean I killed Karlach. And I can't even revive Karlach. Ugh, sucks. Yeah, so all of this stuff happens and it's absolutely brutal. Astarion doesn't even like me. Doesn't like that character. I had to kill Halsin, who's one of my favorite characters, and I got really sad about that. Because of course, wow, he would die at the hands of a drow. That sucks narratively. Can't even escape them. Ugh, horrible. So yeah, I hated my evil run. I don't know if I'll continue it, but I kind of want to, just to feel worse. In a way. It's like, okay, sure, I'll feel even worse about everything. It sucks. But it's also like narratively super exciting because I've never seen any of this play out before in this way, and now I just have to feel the consequences of my actions. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay. We have successfully spoken for 2 hours. Wow, look at us. And one problem while I was playing compared to the many problems we were having while BG3 was running. So I will figure that out. But for now, we will be stopping here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I know this was not what we expected today, but I did have a very fun conversation. I'm glad we got to talk about the things that I'm obsessed with. I'm glad I got to dump all of my hyperfixations on everyone today. No, but really. There's a dirge line that I really like in a good playthrough. Ooh, interesting. I think I might do my Dragonborn as like good. Anyways, now that I've said all that, thank you guys so much. I will be going now. Bye bye.